Hi everyone, good morning. Hope you are all doing great. So before we start our session talk about the topic, I just wanted to share that today is a special day in Iran. It's our new year. So for those of you who doesn't know, in Iran, the new year is different from other countries. We celebrate it in spring, actually in March, and we call it Nowruz, which means a new day, a new day. But it's called Nowruz if you want to, I don't know, search about it. And it's a really um, historical event because it was from a really past years, and I don't know how many years before that people in Iran celebrated Nowruz. So yeah, it's really ancient history tradition that we celebrate in Iran, and we start our new year. And something funny about it is that every day it happens in a different time. People can, count and measure it. I don't know how, but for example, this year, the new year happened at 6 a.m. in Iran. I think it's 3 a.m. in UK time. So I don't know, last year was, I think, 8 p.m. So every day it's different. And in that moment, we know that we are entering the new year, and also the counting of the years is different. So like it's 2024 in all around the world, but in Iran it's 1402. So and it's actually is now 1403. Yeah. So yeah, it's completely different, and it's a really beautiful tradition, I can say, because I think the history of this was because it's a spring, and they believe that the nature is going to be alive again. It's something new for whole earth and nature. So we celebrate a new year in this time in spring, and it's really it has a really good vibes, and I think one of the things that people in Iran says that they don't understand why other people celebrate New Year in winter with all the snow and everything. So it's really odd for us. I think it's odd for you that we celebrate New Year in March. And also we have something like Christmas tree, which is called Haftzin, and it's a combination of things that starts with S, but in Persian. So, for example, apple is something that is in that half seen, but it starts with S in Persian language. So, yeah, it has everything in that half seen means something like health, I don't know, wealth, happiness, and patience, strength. All of them are symbols of something. And yeah, it's a tradition that in every Iranian house, they put together this Haftzin, which means 7S in Persian. Yeah, and we just gather around that the table of Haftzin, and start our new year as a family. And we have presents, everything. I think it has similarity to your New Year and Christmas, but it's a little bit different. So I just wanted to share this with you. I don't know if you knew before, and it's not only in Iran. I think it happens in Afghanistan or Tajikistan, I guess, but I'm not sure. I didn't search, but I know that it's not only in Iran. But I wanted to just share this. I thought it might be interesting, and it's my new year, and like everyone is having holiday for 2 weeks starting today. So yeah, it's a good vibe happening in Iran, in my country. I just wanted to share this with you.
Thank you, Sophie.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for listening. I'm really excited. I wanted just to share it. And that's why I chose this topic of importance of keeping traditions alive and having these kind of traditions in every country, every culture, because I think it's important that we feel this belonging to um, our country. I think every human being needs to feel to that they belong somewhere. And when they don't feel that, it's a feeling of emptiness. I think, for example, we may immigrate or travel to some other country, and these are the things that keep you feel alive and feel motivated. That's in my opinion. And also, I think a tradition, a custom doesn't only mean things like this that we celebrate every year, like, I don't know, Christmas, Nowruz, everything. But it also can be something that you make it for yourself, a tradition. Maybe it's a special day that you just have a dinner with yourself, or maybe it's something you especially do for your birthday. So yeah, it can be anything, can be a tradition when you do it for yourself, and it can be something personal, and it's, I think, it's special, and you have to have these kind of traditions because it helps you keep this relationship with yourself, with the world around you, and the people around you, because I think the world is changing really fast, and making traditions get lost in the speed of changing world. So I think it's important that we have these kind of things, because we already have had pandemic, we already had COVID that just make some things go away. I don't know, some of the celebrations, like even some of the gatherings just get lost in during the pandemic, and they may never come back. And like now we are having all the lots of the jobs are now remote. We already have these, so I think it's important that we have these kind of things, these kind of traditions in our life, and celebrate them, because as we were speaking yesterday about this work-life balance, I think it's something that is have to be a kind of a balance in your life that helps you don't lose this deeper connection that you have to life, I can say. And these are the things that a human being needs them, having traditions, connecting with people, relationships. And by forgetting all about these things, and I think you may get lost, or you may lose your connection even to life. And I can say it's also important for a business, for an organization to keep traditions alive, and have some things as a tradition. I think even these uh, morning sessions that we are together is kind of a tradition that we are trying to keep every day, because okay, the other way we won't even see each other because we are working remote. And for example, I may never have a close work relationship with some of you, and if this morning session wasn't, so I wouldn't get a chance to meet you. So I think it's important for a business, and when people share their traditions, share the things that are important for them to each other as colleagues, I think it helps them build friendship, relationships, and in that case, I can say the teamwork is going to be better. People will bond with each other better, and so the job that is going to be done is I can say it will be done better, because people are more likely to engage with each other, with their job, with the customers, because there is a friendship, there's a relationship going on, and it's because of the custom and traditions that we are trying to keep alive. So that was what I wanted to add about this topic, and I would like any of you to go ahead and share anything. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sepide. Thank you for sharing. Happy New Year.
Thanks.
Yeah, once again. But yeah, I'll just add something small to what you said. Yeah, it's very important to keep traditions alive, because I feel like it's what makes us it's what makes the world beautiful. That's what I think. Because imagine if we were all the same, if we all looked the same, did the same thing, like you mentioned, some people will celebrate New Year in winter, some people will celebrate New Year in summer. Like you said, some countries have seasons, we don't have seasons, in Uganda. So it's like everywhere it's different. And I think there is a reason why, like you mentioned, this when you were saying that, this New Year's, the practice and how they do it, it's an ancient, it has been done from since way, way back. And I know that it's good to, incorporate new things into our lives or into our culture. But I also think it's a good thing to maintain, the cultures, the way of life that has been, some things that have been, there for a while, And I think one of the importance of keeping traditions alive is also, just governing the society, I would say, in a way, like, for example, they're just certain, how can I say it, maybe in certain cultures, there is a way, you speak to people who are older than you. There is a way you address certain people. I remember when I got married, I got to learn that, like, in our culture, like, you can talk to your dad, you can hug your dad, like, it's okay. When I got married, I got to learn that in my husband's culture, you don't just, hug your father-in-law, you have to kneel, to say hello to your father-in-law, because you're showing respect. Yeah. So I think for me it's important, so when I would go home, I remember the first time my husband would always be whispering in my ear, don't forget to kneel, don't forget to kneel, because you're used to your way of doing things and then you come into a new home and then there's a different way of doing things. But it's just important, an English saying that says, when you're in Rome, do as the Romans do, because there is a way their culture is set, so when you're there, adapt to how they do things, So I think it's just important. There are even some countries, there's some countries that you visit and you have to, when you're a lady, because in that culture you have to cover up. So if you're visiting the country, you can't say, oh, I'm a tourist, I'm visiting. No, you have to adapt to, the culture, yeah. So I think it's just important, in any, and like you said, Sepita, it's not just about like a new year or this or that. Like, even homes have cultures, maybe you come to someone's home and this is how they do their things, from where my mom comes from, like, it's like sort of like, is it an island or something like that? But like, when people are eating, they sit down and eat. They don't like use forks and what, they use their hands. So, every time you go there, it's like people are sitting down to eat, even when like someone has their home, they've built, and you visit your uncles and they've built and all these things, that they have tables, because of the way they were raised, they'll probably just sit down and eat, because to them it's culture, to them it's home, So, and really, this is like a very wide topic, because culture is like way of living, food, so many things. Yeah, so I think it's important because it makes the world beautiful. It makes us all different, and we can all come to appreciate where each and every one of us, comes from, and, even workplaces are different. So, like here, what Sepida was saying that here at Moracle, we work digitally. And, like she was saying, if we didn't have these morning meetings, then you'd probably be working with me and you'd never even know what I look like because perhaps we're always communicating on Slack or WhatsApp or email. But this is like the closest thing to like a face-to-face meeting with somebody, and that's just the culture that we have. So I think it's just important because it makes things beautiful. Yeah, then we're not all the same, and also we can always learn something from different people's culture. You could go somewhere and see people doing things a certain way and you like maybe how they do, and you could incorporate it into how you live your life as well. So yeah, I think it's important because it makes the world a beautiful place because everyone is different. Everyone comes from a different background, and like you said, it's just important that we stay true to those norms. Yeah, we stay true, to our languages, our cultures. So even as we evolve, yes, the world is evolving, and yes, it's important that we should evolve with the world. I feel like we shouldn't forget, those things that make us unique, yeah, as people.
Yes, thank you, Linda. Thank you. Yeah, I really like what you said about these cultures, traditions make the world beautiful because that would if it wasn't like that, it would be boring and everything would be the same. Yeah, I do
Yeah,
agree with that. It's something that make the world beautiful, and I think everything that helps you celebrate and be happy is great.
yeah.
Even uh, Christmas, it's Nowruz, it's Hanukkah, everything that
Yeah.
uh, helps you celebrate something and be happy. It's good, and also it helps us belong to something. It's really
Mhm.
beautiful, and yeah. In
Yeah.
Okay, if anyone else wants to go ahead, share something, even a tradition, a custom that is happening in their country, anything is welcome.
Hi, good morning. Morning,
Hi,
everyone.
yes, good morning.
By the way, Happy New Year, Happy New
Thank you, thank you.
You know what? Here actually, we celebrate a New Year in 9 of April, like 2024. Like we call it as Ugadi in
Mhm.
India.
Could you
Like
please,
Okay.
yeah, it's like we don't.
wow.
Yeah, we usually celebrate New Year at 1st January, but the thing is like here in South India, like we have different culture to celebrate New Year, which is called Ugadi. Like they fix the date according to their time and the date of the calendar, and we have different calendar also. But yeah, usually we follow English calendar. The thing is like
Um,
we need to follow to old calendar, right? So usually we follow that, but yeah, we have different Telugu calendar also. So the
Wow.
thing is like we like in India, uh, it's like we have different cultures around. We may have we have North India, we have South India, we have Western, we have Eastern. So like we have different kind of cultures in different regions.
mhm,
I don't know about other countries because I haven't gone to other countries. So you know so the importance of culture is like you will know like where you belong. Like if you don't know like where you belong to, it will be like you don't have any memories and you don't know like how to celebrate the things. Like like when we see, I have said that there is Ugadi on 9 April, right? So when you don't know about which is your festival and which is others festival, like you don't know what to celebrate, and like you will celebrate everything. So it's like you don't know how, like who is your forefathers, and you don't know anything. So the thing is like it's very very important to maintain your culture and your traditions. Like there is some tradition to marry, to do some good things at 3 a.m. in India. it's like, we say like Brahma Mud, like here we say. So when you do good things at that time, like like people say that like your life will be good, and that a program will be successful on that time. So here people more people will get married around 3 or 4 a.m. So the thing is like, I don't know, there will be some kind of signs also, I can say. So like I will say one more example. Like when we celebrate our festivals in India, we usually tie mango leaves in front of our house. So when people come to our house on the day of festival, uh, the leaves will give oxygen. The leaves will give oxygen to them, like that. Some kind of beliefs they have, but there will be some kind of science behind that. I don't know like much science, but there are many things which is happening in India there. And yeah, I can say there is some kind of superstitious things also, which usually happens here. I don't know what I will I like call it as a tradition or not, but yeah, think people believe that, I can say. And the next thing is like, uh, we should preserve our culture uh, in order to maintain our tradition, because it's like, uh, the thing is, when we go to some other countries like UK or US or something, like we did, like we came from this culture and then we came from that culture. Like it's like proud thing. Like when we say like, we people marry in different way. Like we marry around like, we we take around 3 to 5 days to get married. Like there will be different programs. And when we say that to other people, like they feel like, oh, you take 3 days to marry. And like when we say that programs and all, when we explain that programs, they feel like good. And yeah, nowadays like foreign people also getting married uh, by taking example of Indian culture, I can say. They like foreign people are what I can say, wearing saris, and what like they are getting married by wearing saris, I can say. Yeah. So that kind of things. And in tradition we have different values also. So when our elders say like values and lessons to us, we follow that. When we don't have that, we don't know how to grow. Like we usually grow from different things. Like we will say like, we should respect our sisters, mothers, and all. So when it comes to that, uh, we don't see our sisters like in different way. Like in some other religions, they marry sisters also, I can say. So it's like, yeah, I would say that we are proud of our culture, and yeah, there will be some kind of different values and lessons, yeah, which we need to follow. Yeah, that's what I want to add.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sukesh. Thank you. It's always interesting to learn about different countries and different cultures. I didn't know that you have another New Year in another calendar in India. Actually, I knew that India has a really rich culture, but I never searched about it. And yeah, I knew some things about your marriage and the ceremonies that are different. Yeah, that's really interesting. And also something you said about superstition. I just wanted to mention that as we are saying, cultures and traditions are really good. We have to keep them, but I just wanted to add that some of them are really bad, and they haven't that you shouldn't follow them anymore, because maybe there were superstitions because of lack of knowledge, or a culture that was there. I don't know. It was disrespectful to women and things like that. So not all cultures and traditions are good, but try to keep the good ones. So we passed our time, but if anyone wants to add anything, I don't know, mention a point or an idea, you're welcome.
Happy New Year, Sepede.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you
and
for
to
life.
all, yes, all that that you wish for the new year.
Yeah, I
Yes,
hope.
and you and the family. Yes,
Me,
and your Moracle family as well.
of
Yes,
course. Yeah, I didn't forget.
the family that just keeps growing. Yeah, which is good. Yes,
Yes.
we hope that yeah, all your wish, for the new year. Yes, and they all be fulfilled.
Hopefully. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you,
Yes,
man.
will be. Yeah. Well, it's really interesting. It's really interesting, the topic, cultures, and traditions. Yes, and if I start talking about cultures and tradition, I think we'll not finish here. But it's really interesting, really rich, and somebody like myself, come from a Muslim background, and then our parents were so I studied, and learned the Quran. Yes, yes, and I was calling prayers in the mosque. Yes, yeah. So we go through that phase, because I come from that kind of culture, and then and I went to secondary school, and love singing, love music, and then I got invited into the choir.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and I start singing, in a Christian school. And
Yeah.
my mom now used to follow me. Yes, not my dad. My mom used to follow me. Yes, and then all of a sudden, yes, and I became a Christian. Yes, and when you look at that, you see, where you come from and where you're moving and going. It's really interesting. But it's one thing is respect, and I've always learned to respect. Yes, it doesn't matter, and the views that we always, yeah, in whatever way, shape, or form, yes, not acceptable. Yes, and we should be, in a way, stand against these things. Yes, but we still need to respect people because, again, it's that. I go back again to this we call tradition and custom. How did you know, your name was Molai? Yes. It's your parents called you several times. Your people around you called you Molai, 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 Molai. And then all of a sudden, oh, this name belongs to me. But before that, you didn't know. Yeah. So you grow up. Now, if somebody calls me something else now, I get offended. I take offense if you call me not Mola or if you pronounce my name in a different way. You know how people get so really, uptight if you pronounce their name, wrongly, yes, or you sound it, yes. But what I'm saying here is that respect. We have to have respect, yes, for people, yes,
Yeah.
particularly when it comes to cultures.
Yeah.
Yes, you cannot go and impose your culture on the next person, and say, my culture is better than your culture. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
I come from this country, I'm better than you. I
Yeah.
feel like this, I'm better than you. All of these things, um, human beings, yes, God made us in his own image and likeness. You understand? And I'm not better than you. No way. Yes. And I don't have the right. I don't have the right. You don't have the right, to tell me that, you're better than me. No way. Yes. And so this is the kind of stuff that we need to stand up, you know. But now we take that, and bring that, to, our profession, our career, whatever it is that we do for the day. Yes. And that's what makes it beautiful, meet people, you know, like now, like you said, if we don't having this kind of session, it would be really, really boring working from remote. Yes. You come in, 7 hour, 8 hours, you're just in a small corner, your room, just doing stuff like this, and um, but to be engaging like this every morning, we're all from different parts of the world. You with me? We're all sharing, one thing in common. We love to be here. We want to be here. We want to touch the lives of people. We want to engage, emotionally involved in people's business, supporting them, serving them. Yes, and getting compensated as well. That's a beautiful. And when you do something that you love doing, and then you get compensated for doing that, oh boy, yeah, it's a wonderful feeling. And it doesn't stay. You take that back wherever you go. Yes, it's just infectious. But with that respect, that we need to show to each other, like we here, as you're talking also, I can see smiles, on people's faces. You understand? So nods, and stuff like that. It shows respect. Yeah. So we'll continue to promote respect. Particularly because we are professionals as well, but most importantly because we are human beings. Yes, humanity. Yeah, the love for, you drop the ball, you apologize, you move on. Yes, don't hold those grudges. Yes. Um, Cultures, I remember, I don't know if I can say this in public, but I'm telling you, at one point in time, when I became aware, I was so not, prepared to talk about, my past. Yeah, because, you got people who are extreme. Yes, who can take it, take it personally.
Yeah.
Yes. Take it personally, really extreme. Yeah, because you decide to do something, which is not aligned, to their views and their understanding. But let's continue to respect who be my watchword, whatever it is that we do. Yes. And cultures are really interesting things, but
Yes.
we need them to shape us. Yes, as humanity. Yeah. And not only just, do it without, in isolation, bring it to work. Yes. And tea and coffee. Yes. The English people like tea, so I don't know. Yeah, have you got a cup of tea somewhere? Look. Yeah. So
Yes.
well, I can, you can share your cup of, well, there you go, you see? You can share a cup of tea. Yes. And I didn't realize that my dad, my old dad, bless him. Yeah, he loves, coffee. I'm telling you, that guy every time in the hot weather, you see that guy with the tea, and I said, well, what's the problem with this guy? Tea. Yes, those days. But then fast forward, and as I was preparing to come to the UK, I remember, this white lady was talking to me, and it says, and every time, do you like a cup of tea? And I said, what tea? Well, yes, but they understand that, until I got here, and everywhere you go, the first thing, cup of tea. Yeah. Yeah. So there you go. Whatever it is that you think, bring it on here, guys. Yeah. Share it. Don't hold it. Yeah. That's what it is. Yes. And things are changing. So, and that is so beautiful. It's so enriching, to be part of who you are, and this work that we're doing, we need to be, such, that, we don't have this, what you call it now, judging people. Yes. And accountants, we're very good at judging people. We look at their balance sheet, we look at the bank account, we judge them that way. Yes. We look at their businesses, we judge them that way. Oh, they're small business, oh, they don't, oh, it's just one person. Oh, the bank account, is in negative. Oh, the balance sheet is not. We judge, we judge, we judge. Yes. And I'm asking you guys, I'm not saying don't judge, but I'm still saying here, yeah, that individual behind that business. Yes, the people behind those businesses. Yes, they are people like yourself. Are you with me? Show respect.
Yeah.
Yes, whatever cultures, they have. Yeah. I'm trying to understand. That's where the background information is so important, when you are teasing out that information. If I'm talking to Sharon, if I'm serving Sharon as a client, well, I want to know if Sharon, what kind of beliefs, and what, makes Sharon, wake up in the morning, want to do stuff. I want to know that. Yeah, so part of your background information, you should be able to tease that out. Because if you don't know that, you're going to upset Sharon. Yes. Okay. So you got to know that, so that you can send, because Sharon is somebody who likes chocolate. Yes. Don't send flowers, if you like chocolate, if you like flowers, don't send chocolate. You got to understand that. Yes. That's what, this background information is teasing out. And for me, it's pointing back again to understanding, people and their cultures and traditions and whatever it is. Yeah. People form these things, these habits, these traditional cultures. Yeah. It's formed. Yeah. So if you don't know it, how can you serve? Yeah. And it's about service. That's why we're all here. One thing that brought us together here is about serving. Yes. Okay. We're using, this blessing that God has given us, the qualification or experience to be able to use that, to serve people. Yeah. But we cannot turn it around. Yeah. Let's hold that, and use, where we come from. Yes, those cultures. Yeah, but it's really beautiful, I can talk about this story, over and over and over, but it'll be good, for you guys to share as well, and because I know we all come from different cultures and beautiful, cultures, yes, and that we can share in the future. So those background information, yes. So yeah, those of you who are writing about background information, remember, you got to feed into it, So I would like to see a little bit the culture and whatever it is, and yeah, in this background information when I'll be looking at them. Tease it out, yes. Is he a Christian? Is he a Muslim? Is he what? Is he a Sikh? Is he that? You want to know, yes. You really want to know, because that individual behind that company that you are serving, like we say, you don't have any reservation, yes. You want to serve without any reservation, so you got to dig deep. Yeah, not just figure posting, debits and credit. That is the nut and bolt. But knowing the people behind those companies that we are serving, yes, what makes them who they are, yes, it's really interesting. Yeah, so culture, jumps out, yeah, and tradition, yeah.
Yeah.
So congratulations again, yes, and all of you guys who are they're observing the new year, yeah, and good luck.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you.
Moulay, for everything you
Sure.
said. And okay, I think we can end our session for today. Thank you, everyone, for participating in this topic. Hope you all have a great day ahead. Thank you.